This is my first time use of the Wolf & Grizzly fire safe. It's a bit of a windy day, so we'll see if it works. I got a nice little supply of wood and we'll see how it goes. Today we are here in the beautiful Farmdale and the weather is incredible. The leaves are about down, but there is still a hint of color on the trees. We've had some rain in the past week, so there's little risk of fire spreading, making it the perfect day to try out this stove. Wolf & Grizzly says you can burn both wood and charcoal, and I'm using some dry wood I picked up under these pine trees. Because of the size, I brought a pocket saw to shorten a few branches to fit in the box. After prepping the area, we're ready to go. When I was tempted to buy it, it was only at $150, I think, on sale. So that's what coaxed me into getting it. But what we have here is the black carrying case. Got a nice strong zipper on the side. Opens up. Inside it you have the fire safe frame made out of stainless steel. Very high quality. Size is a little smaller than I had expected, but not bad. Also you have the plate here, which is the fire pan. Extends out. So into those there and those here. Also in the pack we have the fire rod, and it includes this silver striker which has a groove for cleaning the grill. I know that doesn't come with the normal fire safe, but it was included with the trio, and just a nice little cleaning cloth, I suppose, for the outside, but I wouldn't get that black with the dirt. Also we have in the trio was the grill. So I've not been able to use either of these yet, so this is my trial run. I can tell you though that they are definitely sturdy. This is not a ultralight kind of kit. There's definitely other grills and sets for that, but this is more of a quick little hike and have a fire out in the woods in a spot that you're normally not able to have a fire. As you can see, I'm in a pine bed. I cleared an area just around, and I have an extinguisher just in case. The grill opens up and is held together by these H2 Allen keys, and the wrench to tighten them if it ever does go loose is included in the case of the grill. Very impressed with the material. As an engineer, metal is very ideal. It goes around, and then the height of this stove is determined by these little knobs here on the end of these wires on what setting. So if you put it in the last knob, it's gravity held, so the pressure of your pot or just the weight of itself will hold it in place like so. The fire safe measures in at 11 by 11.4 and it is 4 inches tall. The grill sits at a maximum but adjustable height of 8 inches. Wolf & Grizzly paid incredible attention to detail on this thing. One cool design feature is all of the weight of the system rests on these end caps. Due to the triangular shape, the force is distributed down and outwards, causing less directional stress on these pins. I like how smoothly the tray lays in there. I'll be curious to see if after several uses if everything stays this smooth. Before I forget, I wanted to share some weight data. The fire safe by itself weighs in right at about 2 pounds, and with the case, it's pushing 2 pounds, 6 ounces. What's crazy is the grill with its case weighs right in at about 2 pounds and 6 ounces as well. And last, the igniter, which weighs about 3 ounces. The total package weight is right under 5 pounds or 2.2 kilograms. Before even thinking about a fire, always know the regulations and fire bans of where you're burning. We all know how catastrophic a forest fire can be, so don't be the start of one. What you say? Since I had never used this stove before, I started with a log cabin-ish base, but said screw it since this wood is going to burn, so I just piled it on. The triangular shape of the base would help with airflow no matter what I did, and I used plain lint as the igniter, so no fuels. At this point, I wasn't worried about keeping any shape and just started putting sticks on. Wolf and Grizzly said the fire safe can hold up to 30 pounds, but I'm not sure I would risk going near that much weight in case the heat and weight would start to warp the base plate. But with the 304 stainless, we're talking about a melting temperature of over 2,500 degrees, and wood starts to burn at around 575. My thoughts on it are, I'm quite impressed with the portability. It's definitely not an ultralight or lightweight, hardly at that, backpacking kind of gear. It's more so we're going out for a hike and want to cook some hot dogs, which I didn't bring. I should have brought for the grill, but forgot that. I'm really intrigued to see how it'll clean up. So as you can see, it's kind of, with the heat, obviously you're putting fire in the metal, it's gonna slightly deform it, or it's going to just discolor it. So I'm intrigued to see how it'll be when it's all done. I know when you clean it up, you're not supposed to get it wet, maybe some light water, but with the hinges, you don't want to be putting water down there. You're going to see rust spots. Even though it's stainless, I don't know if the pins and everything in there are. That will have to be a long-term view. Other than that, though, I think it's pretty much perfect. I don't think I'd change anything. The way those little triangles in the pan work, wind was able to get, you were able to blow right into it and get some air. It lit very quickly. So I think that even if you had some wet wood, I do know that we started to see some smoke coming out from the sides, so it was killing the little pine needles or burning them that was underneath. I think that if you had any wet wood, you'd be fine to kind of stick it around the base or slide it under there to help dry it out. But even here, we got some thicker logs, about 1.5 inches, which that would be perfect for grilling on. We burned up all the wood, and I dug a shallow hole to dump all the ash in, but let's take a closer look at that coloring. We can see the stainless oxidized during the heating, causing thin film interference, which appears as diffraction of light here in the colors. Though not exact for 304 stainless, this scale, which you can check out on Wikipedia, gives us a pretty good estimate of the heat our fire produced. It shows we're reaching temperatures up to 700 degrees, which is nowhere near causing any harm to the stove. So it folds fine. It's a little tight. Seems to have some creases in the pins. It cooled down very quickly. The ashes burned up, and then that's it. This will go back into its bag, which, as you can see, it's pretty dirty on my hands. I just wish we would have brought some hot dogs to eat. Could grill some crackers and sardines over it, though. Don't think it tastes too good. Overall, I'm really looking forward to using this guy more often. It's a solid package and a lightweight and high-quality fire pit, and it might be just the thing you're looking for if you live in an area banning ground fires. If you're thinking about getting one, or just want some more details, check out wolfandgrizzly.com. That's it. Smoking my stick.